Hello, everybody. That was very enthusiastic. Welcome back to a Natter podcast, and today we are doing a little fun one for you all. We are doing our apocalypse plans.
The apocalypse.
I'm joined as usual with my long-suffering best friend and co-host, Max Burke.
It's the end of the world as we know it. Hello, Christy.
Hiya, mate.
How are you?
I am smashing. Drinking my brew. What's your brew of choice today, Max? What have you got?
Mine's an instant coffee. Yeah, you just say coffee and it's there. Instant.
I've got a beautiful Asda's everyday tea bags.
Other tea bags are available.
I'm a cheapskate, so I just drink the cheapest stuff available. Pretty smooth sipping, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean mine's Kenko, Kinky Kenko.
Ooh, Kinky Kenko.
Yeah.
Who's Ken?
Ken and Co.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. So yes, the apocalypse.
Yeah, the apocalypse plan. What type of apocalypse are we talking here? We're talking nuclear, we're talking zombie,
We are talking zombie apocalypse, but we're not talking
classic
ridiculous zombies. Like we're gonna go with like the ones from The Walking Dead where they just walk, not runners.
Basic.
I'd just give up if it's runners. I'd lie down. It's in a bit.
Just your basic bitch of zombies. Just the basic bog standard. Walk really slow, whatever.
Walk really slow, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Attracted to noise, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So sort of a little bit like clickers off Last of Us 2.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, sweet. Sounds good to me. Well, it doesn't sound good to me. I wouldn't like that zombie apocalypse to actually happen, but yeah, sounds good to me, this episode. So it's going to be quite fun.
Our little plans.
So let's say the situation is, much like the coronavirus pandemic, a unknown virus has escaped into the human population. We start to see news reports on the TV saying, this virus is spreading like wildfire. People are changing into reanimated corpses. And if you get bitten, you get infected. So what's the first thing you'd do if you heard that news report on TV?
Wow.
Would you be prepared?
Not really in terms of like food and stuff. I probably wouldn't be prepared. I'd have to scavenge, but I'd have to wait it out a little, like maybe like a couple of days. Got enough food in for a few days, I reckon.
Yeah.
So I'd just stay in the flat for a couple of days.
Right.
Just to sort of, because the flat is upstairs, so you've got a sort of advantage. You can put loads of like shit on the stairs, just like loads of like chairs or something just on the stairs, make it hard for them to come up.
Would you work with your neighbours, or would you immediately say, right, these guys or gals, whoever lives next door to you, no, I'm not going to work with them?
There's only one person that lives next door. I suppose it depends if they're in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They might have gone out, got bitten and got infected, so that's that out of the equation, so you never know.
If they're in, I'd offer a hand of help.
Yeah.
But if they're not in, then I can't really do anything. Good luck to them, I suppose.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But because we're upstairs, obviously the main problem would be how do we get out if we've just surrounded the front door and the stairs with loads of shit. I'd tie loads of bed sheets together to go out the window, because these zombies, they won't be able to climb up bed sheets.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't do anything with that. So we could actually just leave them dangling there, I suppose. But that can be our in and out sort of where to get rations and stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, what's your beginning stuff? What's your beginning?
So if I see this situation unfolding on the news, the first thing I'd probably do, I mean, I live in a bungalow, so everything's ground floor. So first thing I'd probably do is put some like big objects over the windows. So if I've got like a spare mattress, like notice board, something like that, I'd just put them over the windows, board the windows up as much as I can.
You've got a rabbit hutch as well, actually, that you could use.
Yeah, that's true. Got a spare rabbit hutch. And I'd board up the windows. I'd use their pens as like fencing, and we've got a little kind of like a garage space outside. So
Yeah.
That's got an open end, so I'd probably have to find a way to seal that up. But to be honest with you, food-wise, we could probably last about a week with what we've got in here.
Yeah, that's decent.
I'd imagine utilities would get cut off quite quickly because, well, I keep going for a bit of time, but I'm not quite sure. Like, I don't know if utility workers would just be like, fuck this.
Yeah, that's it, innit?
Yeah, that's what people don't think about. And it's like, we don't really have... We have candles, but we don't really have much in terms of like things to cook on, and we only have like gas, but we don't have camping gas. If you
that's
sense.
true. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So thinking about the kit we have very limited supplies. So my overall aim will be to get out of York and head to my mum's house, because her partner is just a machine when it comes to this sort of stuff. He's got gas, like camping gas stoves, he's got chainsaws, he's got all sorts of tools. So that'd be my main aim, I think. Like you say, I'd probably hole up at first and evaluate the situation, and then think of the plan from there. So after holing up, Max, in your flat, what would you do next? What would you be on next plan? Would you just stay at the flat and just...
No.
Or would you try and make contact with your family?
Try and make contact. I wouldn't know how to go about that, because obviously, like you say, like the phone lines will probably be down, and
they would. Yeah,
find a walkie-talkie, but even then they'd have to have the other walkie-talkie to actually hear you.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a you just sort of got to think, where would they go? I suppose.
I mean, I suppose this is like a really out there idea, but if you if you've ever played Train Simulator before, you could probably go steal a train and drive the train to York or something, and go find your dad. Oh man! I don't suggest doing that, but you know what I mean.
Brilliant.
Just floor it to York on a train. Transpennine Express, the death train.
Pop and bang all the way to York. Pop and bang all the way to York.
Pedal to the metal.
I'd get out and then find a low-key supermarket, if that's a thing. Just sort of like maybe one of them extras.
Like a Premier or, Tesco Extra.
Yeah, just a smaller one than the big super-sized ones, because...
Right.
You probably got more wiggle room with the smaller ones, like if they're might be more empty than the big ones, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then I suppose the big ones, you've got more space to manoeuvre, haven't you? Like if you do see some zombies, then you've got plenty of room to run away. So you got to sort of just play that by sort of ear, really. A good thing actually to do is, which is in The Walking Dead, is if you want to go inside a building but you don't know if there's walkers or zombies in there. Is you knock on the door, or you make a loud noise by the door, and then that makes them come out. Because actually the superstore Tesco has like all this like glass. It's like a little like extra bit, like an extension at the front. It's all glass. I might just like smash all of that, and that'll draw anything inside coming out there, and I'll just go around back.
Right. Okay.
Into the storage bits. Myself from the storage.
I'd imagine. Judging by how people reacted to Corona, that looting would start quite quickly. I think people would definitely panic and head to the big supermarkets straight away and just be like buying toilet roll for toilet roll forts or whatever they want to do,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get loads though, because obviously you got to carry it all, and you don't want to be slow.
Exactly. Yeah.
You want to keep light on your feet so that you can get to your destination, and then that's when you can get more stuff. Let's shake and drive. So
you got a driver, right? That's good. Yeah,
that's sort of. You haven't got a driver, have you?
I don't.
Are you just gonna wing it? You could probably just wing it, couldn't you?
Yeah, I don't have a driver, but I do know how to drive a car, so I'd probably just. If I was going to steal something, I mean, my fantasy would be to steal a bus and just board all the windows up, just create the death bus, chainsaws out of slots and stuff like that, just to mow down zombies. That's a big fantasy, but I think. The ultimate thing would be to try and find a 4x4, something that can go off-road.
Yeah.
And nick that if I can, just put a screwdriver in the ignition and, you know.
Yeah.
If it's an older one, if it's a newer one, it'll probably have like a kill switch inside the engine. So I'd try and find an older car because it's more mechanical and easier to nick. So yeah.
Do you ever have a motorbike? Would you ever, if you see a motorbike, would you go yes, or would you go, oh no, too loud, can't have that?
Depends what kind of bike it is. If it's a moped, then I'm fucked because that's just
hairdryer.
Just going 30 miles an hour at zombies fucking pegging it after you down A64 like
The zombies can walk faster than
I know, yeah. Like, right, zombies. Well, it depends because I'd assume I'd be taking Nicole unless she had her own apocalypse plan, but I think we'd be sticking together. So
you could have her on the back of the motorbike.
Yeah, I suppose.
Hugging you. That's quite a romantic apocalypse bike ride.
Romantic apocalypse plan. Nothing more romantic by being filthy, tired, and afraid all the time. So romantic.
Anxiety. It's
really turns me on, you know. I think that would probably be step 2. If I was to break out of the bungalow, I'd have to scope the area out because you just wouldn't know if your neighbours had turned, if the street had been overrun, there'd just loads of zombies just wandering about outside, and you just have to do a lot of scouting to make sure.
Yeah.
And the first thing I'd do is probably gather together whatever I could. I don't know what I'd do with the rabbits. I'd probably just...
Aww.
I know, that's the sad thing. If you have pets, what do you do in that situation? Do you just release them out, or...
They probably wouldn't survive outside.
No, they wouldn't.
This is the saddest part of the apocalypse that no one ever really addresses in the films.
No one addresses pets. Because have you seen I Am Legend?
Oh, I Am Legend, yeah. Great film.
I'm pretty sure in that they have... I mean, obviously he has the dog, which is pretty sad.
It's called Max, but let's not look into that. As you were.
I'm pretty sure in that film they sort of address that because they say like all the pet dogs would go into a pack and behave like wolves, but I don't know if that would happen. Like,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
There was a scene in the Walking Dead where they were all starving. They were walking along this long road, and they were all starving and thirsty or what have you. Yeah. And these dogs just came out of the woods, and they just sort of like looked at them. The dogs were like hungry as well, so they were like probably going to eat the humans, the people there. And the group just sort of like killed them and ate the dogs. And there was a really sad scene where you could see the collar on the floor of the net. I was like, how did they film that? No, get out. No.
There's some pretty fucking savage stuff, isn't there, in these zombie programs?
Yeah.
We're not going to sugarcoat it. The apocalypse, if it was a zombie apocalypse, it wouldn't be nice.
No, it would be an absolute shit show. It would be shit show. You'd go through so much.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I think that's what The Walking Dead portrays so beautifully, is how shit it really is, and the shit that they actually go through, and the character developments it's just astounding stuff. It's good. And then the other thing is like other people as well. They're probably like more dangerous than the zombies.
Yeah.
Because they'll want what you want. And if, let's say, you don't have any food or any water, you've just got your rabbits. Yeah. They'll still probably want to like steal your rabbits because they'll be hungry. You know what I mean? And they're not. It's not their pets. But and then there's a little fight there. God.
Yeah. And like I said in the paranormal episode, you got to be more afraid of the living than you have of the dead. So
yeah.
And it's the same with if you play like a zombie game like Resident Evil or Last of Us, the living people in that are more dangerous than the actual monsters. Some of the monsters in that are quite deadly, but you know what I mean. Living people, got to be more scared of them in an apocalypse situation, because at the end of the day we're the most dangerous predator on earth. So you've come out of your flat.
Can I just mention something? Just sort of outside my flat, I've got this what I call a swarm point.
All right, okay.
If I'm getting swarmed by these zombies, right? There's this little sort of like it's meant to be like a car park, but it's all fenced off. You can't use it anymore.
Yeah.
And the fence, it's not a big fence. It comes up to your knees if you're lucky.
Right.
But if you go onto the other side of that fence, the zombies will still see you. They'll still know that you're there, but the vents will trip them over, making them a bit easier to get rid of if they're just constantly tripping over. Just, stab them in the head as they keep doing that, And then once you've killed, I don't know, about 20 or so, you can probably just leg away, run away.
What kind of weapons would you think of taking with you?
See, that's the annoying thing. So I've got a few knives at the moment, like kitchen knives that I could maybe use. Try and sharpen them before I go, sort of thing. You got a mic stand, so that'll be all right. Just get the pole out of that. You can whack someone with that.
Absolutely.
Use a couple of mugs as knuckle dusters.
Good thing about being a drummer, you've got loads of heavy drum stands that you can just take apart and use as baseball bats. And yeah.
I don't have a baseball bat or anything like that, actually.
Neither do I. Might have to get one just for an apocalypse situation.
Make our own Lucille's with some barbed wire on the baseball bat. Sorted.
Brilliant.
I suppose you could get a chair leg and just stick some nails at the end of it. I don't know.
I suppose you could, yeah. I've got wooden chairs. I've got nails. I could sort that out, definitely.
I'll sort you out, mate. Don't worry.
Come to Northallerton, sort you out, mate. Yeah, definitely.
Just trying to have a look around, see what else I've got.
I mean, to be honest, I'd probably be in the same sort of situation. I've got a guitar. That'd make a great one-time weapon. Just smash it over a zombie's head and then run.
Yeah, I've got a guitar. Got a ukulele for, I don't know, a mini zombie.
Child zombie.
That was a really good impression.
Got a bass as well. They're quite heavy, so that'd be a good swinging object, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you've got the basics.
Got these Rode microphones as well. They wouldn't be useful in the apocalypse, so just use that as a throwing weapon. They're quite heavy, so
I've got an iron. Everyone will have an iron. Just stick it on.
An iron,
heat it up. And
the issue is with that is you've at this point you might not have electricity, so it's still quite heavy though. I'd use it as a blunt weapon as well.
Another knuckle duster.
About it, thinking about it, it's quite resourceful, to be honest.
I suppose it'd take ages, but if you had a candle or something, you could then heat up the iron.
I suppose you could, yeah.
It should stay hot for a while.
It's a Victorian weapon, that, just heating it up by candle or fire.
That's a good plan, Home Alone as well.
Yeah.
So let's say you've got your safe zone, you're not bothered about zombies, it's people. You don't want people coming into your starting your bungalow or my flat.
Yeah.
You don't want people coming in there and trying to steal it. So you get some sort of fire, like a candle or a lighter or something, just to put underneath the doorknob, so everyone touches the other side of the doorknob will burn their hand. And,
there you go.
Keep them out. It's all right, man.
The person who built this bungalow must have thought of this, because the room I'm sat in now has a skylight, and it doesn't have any other windows on the outside apart from the skylight. So I've got a ladder. I could, if I needed an emergency escape hatch, I could just go to the roof. Use that as a vantage point. Climb down onto the garage roof and then climb down from there. That'd be a good way to escape in an emergency.
Have you got some spare bricks or something?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I've got some.
Stick them on the roof so that when you go up there and let's say you can just see 3 zombies that are a bit annoying. Just put bricks at their heads. And you can run away.
Good way to take him out, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I imagine that the bricks wouldn't be that loud actually as well. So
no, they probably wouldn't. Lucky thing is about the place I live, it's on the outskirts of York, so I could probably get to where I'm going within half an hour if I stole a car. Yeah, so it's pretty close by, and it'd be a second base, I suppose, if it is a good location that doesn't get overrun. But yeah, I'd definitely try and get to a rural area, get out of the city, go back to my roots, and just take it from there, really.
So you're heading towards a village then?
Yes, I'm heading towards a village.
And then would you sort of cordon off the whole village sort of thing, or will it just be a house in the village?
It would probably just be a house. So the house I'm heading to is on the outskirts of that village as well, so sort of on one side of it. Just depends how the neighbours in the village will react. They'd probably cordon the whole place off and be like, any outsiders come in and get shot, or
Yeah. That's it, isn't it? That is it.
I can imagine people in that village would be like that. So yeah.
See, I'd head to a village as well.
Yeah.
Where SJ's parents are. I'd head there.
Right.
And then
Okay.
head there, and at least then like they should let us in, because like maybe we're not residents, but we got a couple vouching for us.
Yeah. Had a family connection, you'd be fine.
Yeah. Just like you with your mum, actually. They should let you in, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, just be like, oh, my mum lives up there on this house. Can you just let me through?
I imagine your mum would be there. I don't think she'd stay in her house. Not I think she'll be there going, that's my son, that's Christy. Yeah, sort of thing.
Should be on the bloody front line, fighting zombies. Yeah.
Go Christy's mum.
No, enough of the mum jokes.
But yeah, I'd try and cordon off the whole village. And
Right.
the good thing about villages is there's a few farms as well.
Yeah.
So you've got a good place for livestock.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
to grow your
that's
own
a point.
food, grow your own plants, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go on many ration hunts.
Right.
So yeah, and there's usually like, there's a few towns surrounding the village.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Not really close. I'm talking like maybe like 5 miles away, sort of thing. So
Yeah.
a good distance away. And then you've got your major cities, probably like 20 miles away or something.
Right.
I don't know, 50 miles. I don't know. I don't drive. I don't know what miles are. It's just a thing that a sign says.
Would you stay away from all the major cities, or would you be a bit of a daredevil and try and go for supplies? Or
So this is the thing. I'd have to wait for Perry.
oh, right. Okay. So is part of your plan meeting up with Perry? And
I mean, me and Perry have always talked about this, and we always came up with the idea of walking along train tracks, trying to meet each other, sort of thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And stuff like that, because he's got loads of like stuff at the moment that's going to be like useful.
Yeah.
And in York as well, actually, because he would probably be confident enough to go and raid, York Viking Centre, and there's that night shop as well. So like swords and stuff is the stuff that you kind of want, because it's silent. You know what I mean?
I could just picture Perry just raiding all the armory shops and just getting all swords. But yeah, you two would be meeting on the train tracks. There'll be me in the stolen train going, get out of the fucking way.
That's Christy was Train Simulator, bloody hell. Yeah, I didn't even stop and give us a lift. Not bad. To our villages, haven't we? Now we've got to our villages, managed to get there. What's your next step? You've got into the village. You've either cordoned off a house or you've cordoned off the village.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do to like survive? How do you get food and stuff like that?
They've got vegetables growing in their garden.
Okay,
and
brilliant.
My mum's partner knows how to hunt for rabbits and stuff. I know I've got pet rabbits and. But it's an apocalypse situation. If you had to hunt for wild rabbits, hunt for meat, then you'd have to do that, wouldn't you? And he also knows how to fish as well. So, assuming the fish aren't infected with this,
no, it doesn't do. We'll do it where it doesn't do animals, because that'll just be annoying. Again, I'd just lie on the floor. I can't be arsed with that. Cannot be arsed with that.
So he knows how to fish. So he showed me how to fish when I was little as well. So we'd probably go fishing and catch some food, and we'd just have to try and survive off the land. And obviously in a village, like you say, there's livestock. All the farmers would probably cordon off the farm and be like, "This is my livestock," and they won't be American, but you just have to try and kill the farmer and nick the livestock. But, definitely in terms of crops and stuff like that, they'd have something planted at least. Yeah, villages would be more or less pretty sustaining for a wee while. But then you've got the problem of replanting and long-term survival. You'd probably have to start going out for supplies, and as supplies dwindled, you'd have to have raiding parties, and God, it'd be a nightmare.
Though in a village, you've got probably more chance of big vehicles there, in terms of like where you could have like a tractor at the front. To just mow shit out of the way,
Combine harvesting.
And then you could have like, you could have like a van behind it.
Yeah.
You know, to get your supplies. So you got like a tractor and a van. That'll be all right, that wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you ever see that episode of Top Gear where they made a combine harvester into a snowplow? Sorry.
Oh yes, I did. That was good.
Oh, imagine doing that.
That's a good idea.
Having a flamethrower on like the thing at the back, just burning zombies. It'd be fucking incredible. Oh.
Well, it's not a problem with this country because, but we're not going to go into the whole politics of this. But like a lot of zombie things are filmed in America, where it's very easy to get your hand on a gun. You know, you can just go into your shop or next door neighbour's bedroom drawer.
Go to Walmart. Yeah, you could go to Walmart apparently in America and buy a rifle. Yeah,
wow.
They've got an armory section in Walmart apparently. So
wow. So that's you're pretty sorted over there with weapons and stuff, have you?
You are.
You're lucky to find a little Swiss Army knife. I mean.
You are, yeah. I mean, you used to get army surplus shops and stuff like that. You used to have that Blue Moon training. You don't have it anymore in York, where they sold replicas and stuff like that and guns and display pieces. But you could probably re-engineer them to work. But he's gone now, that shopkeeper, so I don't know what I'd do for weapons really. I'd probably just have to use blunt and swords and
I mean, well, there's that axe place that opened up in York, isn't there? You can get some nice throwing axes.
Yeah, but they'd probably be like cordoned off the shop and be throwing axes at people that go near them. all the axe throwing traders would just be doing tricks, killing zombies. It'd be great.
That's perfect, isn't it? You don't even need to go into the shop. You just go there, they lob an axe at you, just hope that they miss, and then just hit the axe.
Oh, they won't miss.
They won't miss. But what about like paintball areas, like paintball guns? Maybe that's something. I don't know. I know that only causes minor bruises, but I suppose if you aim for like a zombie's eye or something.
I suppose it'd be a good deterrent as well. If somebody comes near your cordoned off house or something, you just paintball them in the balls or in the face or something like that without a mask on it. It'd be quite painful, I'd imagine. So
just paintball. Stay off my land, you twats, on the wall. Oh, man.
I'm trying to think of how the military would react in this situation as well, because obviously in the UK the police would probably do so much at like trying to cordon everyone into the cities and controlling the virus, etc.
Yeah.
But then it comes to a point where the military would have to step in as well. So I don't know if escaping the city would be that easy if you had like the military just cordoning off the roads and shooting people on sight and stuff like that. It'd be like quite difficult.
With like films and stuff, if there's like, oh, we're evacuating at this point, come here and we'll evacuate you, I just wouldn't trust it. Because that seems to be where shit goes down at the evacuation points.
Yeah.
So I just probably, that's how I say, just stay in my flat.
Probably have buzzer on TV going, do this and do that.
And then you've got Dominic Cummings doing the complete opposite.
No, he'd be going to Barnard Castle and fucking fortify that, wouldn't he? Oh, dear.
He'll just shoot a civilian in the head and go, I'm just testing my eyesight. Sorry.
Yeah. Just testing my sights.
Oh dear. There was this talk, I remember me and Perry had this discussion that the Minster in York would be a good place to hold out.
I suppose it would be.
It's quite an old building, quite strengthy. Got loads of vantage points up high.
It's survived for thousands of years, so...
Even if the zombies get in, you've got spiral stairs, which are really cool for attacking.
Yeah.
Because that's why they were there, so that if there was intruders, spiral stairs give you more advantage over the enemies coming in.
I suppose you got the walls as well. That'd be a good cordon point for the actual city centre. They'd just be able to seal up where the walls were sealed.
Yeah.
So, good thing about York, medieval defences, they'd just reinstate them, I think, wouldn't they? Have people with crossbows on the walls just shooting people.
So let's say you've cordoned off a village, right?
Yeah.
You've been living for a few years there. It's been going all right, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your approach with groups of people? Would you let them in? Was there a question scenario? Or do you not let them in?
Yeah,
you kill them on sight. What's the deal with strangers?
That's the difficult thing, because by the time it gets to that point, a few years down the line, everyone's got their groups, everyone's probably cordoned off at each village, and society's probably fallen completely apart. So by that point, there'd probably be an established leader in each village, and I'd imagine you'd be asking strangers questions, and you'd just have to question everybody. You wouldn't trust anybody, would you, at that point? Unless you knew them from the past. Like, you turned up with Perry in your group, and I'm thinking, oh shit, it's Max, wow.
Yeah.
I'd throw a Rode microphone at you and be like, hey bud, you want to do a podcast?
Welcome to the Natter of Apocalypse.
Sponsored by Rode. But yeah, we wish.
Apocalypse of fact.
Apocalypse of fact.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, what would you do in that situation if you were sort of a leader of the guard, should we say, in that village?
Try and make them like sort of prove themselves to your group in a way.
Yeah.
You know, you sort of like help them a little bit, just a little bit, not in your cordon village, like in the outside world of the cordon village. You maybe help them out there to an extent, and then see what they can do, sort of thing. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's sort of like, oh, if you bring me 2 rabbits, I'll let you in. I don't know. I imagine like the UK to be a bit more friendly about it, but you just don't know, do you?
Yeah, you don't. And I don't know. We're seeing quite a lot of ugliness from our society recently, and it just sort of shows how people might start to act.
Yeah,
and just start to turn absolutely horrific when apocalypse goes down, and it's quite scary to think about in a way.
But then when you do think about it, like, you've got a cordoned off village. If I was like, let's say I was on the road and I found this village, I'd think, why would I want to take it over, and why would I want to steal stuff? I could just live there, and that is the aim of every survival thing, is to just live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have their rules, and good on them. And you got to have rules, because you need rules. You need, you've got to hang on to your morals and stuff, That's what's keeping you going, I suppose. But, I'd just try and get on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Would you try and find friends, or, like, friends you've been friends with in the past world? Or?
After I've got an establishment, that's when I'll try and find people.
Yeah, that's sensible.
There's no point trying finding people straight away.
No,
because that's when everything's going off.
Yeah,
give it a couple of years or so, and then try and find people. It'll be really annoying because you don't know who's still alive or whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you just go on supply runs, and then you hit the areas where you think they might be. And then just try, basically, and hope that you bump into them, really.
Well, I know roughly where you'd be if you say you were going to the village where SJ's parents live.
Yeah.
So I'd probably try and head there, but I'd have to go around York, and it'd be quite dangerous, I think.
Yeah, you'd have to wait a few years for,
Yeah, you would.
Because I imagine they'd move on from the city, but you don't know, like...
So in terms of medical, because nobody really thinks... I mean, it's a big thing in zombie films. What would you do for medical supplies? How would you go about treating people? If somebody got really ill and was a burden, would you kill them, or would you try and keep them alive, sustain life?
Depends who they are. If they're really if they're close to you, then you keep them alive for as long as possible, really, don't you? But if they're not close to you and they're causing you, if there's like zombies coming towards you and they're slowing you down, and I imagine I would, if I was the person slowing the other person down, I'd be like, oh, just leave me, honestly, you're fine. You did your best to continue, just go on your own, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in that scenario, you do it. But there's loads of like along my way of living, I've learnt a few things. Like if you get a pole, if you get stabbed or a pole stuck in you, you don't pull it out, because that's that's stopping you from bleeding out, sort of thing. So, but I don't know what to do apart from that. You can't just leave it in you forever. You gotta.
No, you can't.
So I don't know what to do after that. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to try and find somebody who knew how to take it out and stitch blood vessels up and stuff like that. Because it's medical stuff in an apocalypse would just be insanely difficult to address.
This is where it would be really useful to learn your sort of like herbal remedies and, you know, your plant stuff if you're going to a village in the countryside and stuff. There'll be loads of plants there, so just trying to find out what's good and useful for like nausea and stuff like that and concussions.
Yeah, you could nettle tea and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
Carrots to make you see it dark.
I've been shot in the shoulder. I've got a paracetamol. Wet paper towel. That's it. Yeah. Go to the schools and raid all the paper towels.
Going back to school days, there'll be all bloody school nurses with paper towel stashes and I've been shot in the leg, miss. Wet paper towel on it. You'll see how you are at break. You'll be all right.
I mean, the best place to go for medical supplies, apart from a hospital, obviously, would be the warehouse where they make all the tablets and stuff.
Yes, GlaxoSmithKline. The plant in, is it Northumberland somewhere?
Well, don't give it away. Everyone will go there now. Aye. This is where you fucked up.
No, I'm sending to them to the bad one. We'll go to like
the secret one where you're not going to tell anyone.
We'll go to Food Environment Research Agency near. They'd have all bloody zombies in cages, though, wouldn't they? But yeah, apart from hospitals, probably. I mean, I'm guessing like pharmacies and stuff would be raided by then. Hospitals would probably be a good big raid point as well. York Hospital would probably be overrun with some militia. Yeah. Beds covered in blood from infected, stuff like that. I don't know. It's just be scary, wouldn't it? Hospitals in the apocalypse.
So let's say you're in the middle of raiding a pharmacy, right?
Yeah.
And you got a box of, I don't know, something. Yeah, just a box of something, right? Just one box of something. And you don't you don't need it.
Yeah.
But you're getting it because you might need it in the future, sort of thing. It's just a little, I'll take that because I might need it in the future. Somebody's come into the pharmacy as well, and they're like, oh, I needed that box and they actually do need it. You can see that they need it. I don't know what it is. Just you can see that they need it. Will you give it to them?
I mean, it all depends on. I might split the supply if there was a large amount of it.
Yeah, like
I might just say, right, you can have half of it. I'll take half for my people.
Yeah.
Whoever's hurt at my end who needs the supply, you can take whatever you like, half of that for your people. That's probably the deal I'd try and strike with them.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't give them the whole supply unless I didn't particularly need it, like you say. If I didn't need it for anything else, I'd probably just take it. I'll try and find something else, but. That's just me. I'm a nice person, so
I'd ask what they have that I would like. You know what I mean? Just sort of a little swap. If you've got some, if I'm really hungry and they're really ill, then they'll need the tablets and I'll need the food. So could do it that way maybe, or if they've got something else, some other medical supply that I need. Yeah, I might try and organise like a little swap. It's like back in the Yu-Gi-Oh days, isn't it?
Yu-Gi-Oh days. They got Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards will become bloody currency, won't they, in the apocalypse? Damn, I sold all of mine. Bastard. Luke, if you're listening to this, I want my cards back.
What would your because The Walking Dead and The Last of Us,
they
all have like group names. Like, The Last of Us,
Fireflies,
Wolves,
WLF,
Rattlers,
Rocket. Was it Rockers as well, or
Rockers.
was that from?
I think that was a different thing.
Yeah, I think it's Rattlers, wasn't it?
Rattlers, And then Walking Dead, you've got Saviors, you've got the Kingdom, which is actually a place, not their name. I don't know. People of the Kingdom.
Oh right, okay.
Quite annoying.
Yeah,
they could have had a cool name. So you got like Saviors, you've got Wolves again, Whisperers, stuff like. What would your cool name be? Would you have a cool name?
Probably, yeah. Probably.
My cool name would be Train Simulators.
Train Simulators. My name would be the Transpennine Clan. I don't know. Like, would you call because the village I go to would be called Westo, it'd be the Westo Warriors or
The Westo Warriors.
the Westo Village Elite. I don't know. No idea, to be honest. Yorkshire Warriors, Yorkshire. You probably get a lot of Yorkshire Warriors, wouldn't you?
The fucking,
Yorkshire Warriors.
more like the fucking Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where the Yorkshire puddings
That'd be a term for sitting ducks in England, in Yorkshire, wouldn't it? It'd be like, oh, Yorkshire puddings sat here. Get some gravy on top. Put wood in oil.
The graveyard gravy.
Yeah. Graveyard gravy, what is that? Just dead person soup? Is that what you're turning zombies into? Graveyard gravy? That's a good term for it, actually. Turned his brains into graveyard gravy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, something like Westo Warriors or something, I think. What about you? Would you be like the Northallerton Nobodies or
Nobodies. The Road Boys.
Road Boys? All right, yeah, nice. Road Boys, yeah, Road Clan. Road as in RODE, not ROAD, as in road, tarmac road. I mean, road as in Mike Road. So just thought I'd slip that in there again, road mics. I've got a couple of roads. But anyway, yeah, so you'd probably go for like Road Boys or...
Scavengers is quite cool. Scavengers.
Yeah.
Scavengers. Or does that make you sound like a raccoon?
Swainby Scavengers, there you go.
Swainby Scavengers. Something like that, isn't it?
Westo Warriors, yeah, come together. Big clan. Yeah, Scavengers is quite cool.
Swainby Slaughterers. Doesn't sound nice. It doesn't sound like we're going to let anyone in, does it?
The Westo Whackers, just whacking people at head with 2x4s.
The Whistlers.
Westo Whistlers. Communicate by whistles like the Seraphites in Last of Us. So annoying. Like, hear a Seraphite whistle, be like, just fuck off, mate, alright? I'll shoot you with a bar.
If I was a Seraphite and someone like whistled, I'd be like, oh, I know that tune. Oh, what is it? Do it again. Yeah, I know it. Wow, what the fuck is that?
That's how they hunt you. Oh, nice tune, mate. Oh, there he is. Shoot him.
There's a bird up there. Quick, hunt it. We need food. Oh, is it just you, Mark? Fuck's sake, Mark.
Fuck's sake, again. I'd probably try and tame a crow or a raven or something.
Tame a crow.
No, because like the clever birds. If you think about it, like corvids are they're a clever species of bird.
Right,
it's
okay.
Like you could train them to attack people. So if you had a crow scout or something like that, or a raven sat on your roof and a stranger comes into your house or something, you just send it down and start pecking them on the head, and it would be very nice having a big raven sat on your head going. Ah, ah, ah. So yeah.
You said big raven sat on your head. All I could imagine was let the challenge begin.
Oh God, yeah. Turn into that person, wouldn't he? Let the challenge begin.
Oh, man.
Oh, what a show! What was it called? Was it Raven?
Yeah, it's called Raven. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let the challenge begin.
Just turn the the entrance to the village into that. Yeah. If you get through that challenge, you can come into that village.
So would you be called the Ravens then?
Maybe, yeah.
It's quite
yeah.
funny.
The Ravens.
The Ravens.
Yeah. Have a big raven on our, apocalypse jackets. I'd make an apocalypse leather jacket with patches on it. Just, yeah. The Ravens.
And when you kill someone that did something bad to you, you could be like, "That's a Raven's revenge." Oh yeah.
just draw like a beacon, like a chalk pen or something on jacket for each person you killed.
I could actually, you know what would be really weird but quite cool? I don't know. It's just something I've got in my head. If you called yourself the Ravens and then you put like eye makeup, like, all the way around your eyes, around your eyebrows, just black, and then you had like a black nose. That's. You look like, I don't know if you look like a raven. I don't know.
I'd be like, yeah, that
was
would
really weird, wouldn't it? But you'd sort of blend in.
Clan paint. Yeah. Yeah. Each of us, the conditions of joining the Ravens, you'd have to train a crow or a raven to be tame.
Mm-hmm.
So
I could have like black lips. That'd be quite cool. I don't know. Gotta look the part.
in York, I'd imagine you'd have like the plague doctors as a clan, because people just dress up as like old school plague doctors. Because obviously the York dungeons and that, you've got a lot of history with the bubonic plague, so you'd have the plague doctors.
You've also got you've got the shambles in York, so you could have from The Last of Us.
Shamblers.
The shamblers, yeah, exactly. The shamblers.
Just living out shambles as anyone comes out shambles. That's it. We'll throw Harry Potter wands at you and open shambles kitchen up for feeding people. You know, brilliant. And also, I'm thinking of York. You got the tow boats and the red boats and stuff like that, haven't you? Would you consider stealing a boat? Because that would be sort of I suppose that'd be a good way of staying off land, and then you'd get pirates, I suppose, wouldn't you? And people trying to nick your boat and yeah.
They're called the pissing pirates.
Stuff.
No, fucking pissing pirates, man.
Pissing pirates again.
Avast ye, cookie.
Avast ye, riding the red boat, Catherine.
What if it isn't a raven?
Well, if it ain't a raven from Westo Warriors. So, thinking of people in your clan, Max, who would have what job? Say you've got like Perry, SJ, SJ's parents. You got maybe other people you know might have joined by then.
Let's say let's include you in this, right? So you.
Okay,
and,
so say I'm part of your clan.
You, Nicole, and your family, your rabbits have come as well. So, see, you're quite a mechanical person, so you could probably like get cars going or something. You know what I mean? Or
absolutely.
Repair cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're quite mechanical, so you can get like even like farmers' equipment sort of going up and ready and stuff and whatnot. And see, I'd see me more as a supply run kind of guy, though SJ won't let me, but sorry, it's got to be done.
Yeah, because you're quite light on your feet, and I think you'd be quite fast.
Yeah, I don't
going in and out of buildings.
I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I'm no good at like fighting or anything. That's why Perry will be coming with me all the time. He'll sort
be a good
of
scout.
teach me the rope.
Yeah.
Perry will do all the combat stuff, and then I'll just
Yeah, I suppose your dad would be useful to make medicines and pharmaceutical stuff, wouldn't he? Because
I suppose,
knowledge.
I suppose, yeah. He knows his chemistry. Yeah, he'll be able to do useful things with his chemistry, I'm sure. SJ's dad's very good at like DIY stuff, and building things and reading maps actually as well. So it'd be good at telling me and Perry where to go.
Yeah, him and my mum's partner would probably go well together, because he's quite good at DIY and he makes metal sculptures and stuff in his spare time. So it'd be really good at getting vehicles going as well. So we have quite a lot of mechanics and stuff in our in our ranks, wouldn't we?
Yeah, Perry's also like he knows like blacksmithing and stuff like that. So it'd be good at making weapons and teaching others how to make weapons, so that he doesn't have to do it all the time.
We'd have a good clan. We'd have a good clan. Definitely.
Cool, Salted, mate.
Absolutely.
Zombie apocalypse completed, mate.
Get a generator going, get a coffee machine on, you'll be able to barista coffees for us all as well.
Yeah, that's the main important. Never mind food or
we just get a coffee machine from cafe or something.
Just need coffee, Would you make deals with other groups? If you knew there was another group holding up somewhere, obviously, like, there's no need to raid them or anything, and there's no need for them to raid us. We're both doing all right. Would you make like trade deals? Oh, they're really good at scavenging for food and stuff, and we're really good at making weapons. You could trade them.
You'd probably say you give like so many weapons a month for so much food a month, and we just do a trade in the middle, I think. Yeah, good example. And if there's another group that held up the hospital or had medical supplies, I'd probably do the same again. We'd be like a weapons manufacturing sort of place, and we'd make deals. Just try our best to make deals with other groups, I suppose, wouldn't you, in that situation? If you're listening to this and you're thinking, if a zombie apocalypse started tomorrow, what would I do? Just think about it. It's quite fun to think about.
It's quite fun to think
even
about.
though it wouldn't be fun in the actual real situation.
No, it's a good sort of like strategy thought, isn't it? Yeah. And then, you sort of think, I don't know anything about medicines. Well, go and learn quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, educate yourself, get some basics in there, and you'd be well away. Yeah. You'd be well away.
And the more you know, the more you're going to be accepted into a group, aren't you? You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
You wouldn't be a burden on the group, you'd be an advantage. So, yeah.
Let us know in the comments or wherever you can by direct message. What's your apocalypse plan? What would you do? Who would be in your clan? You don't have to let us know the gory details, but yeah.
Disclaimer: we're not apocalypse experts. We're just
No, absolutely not. We're not preppers either. We don't have things ready to go. So
this is just come off the bat. Yeah. More importantly, though, if you let us know if you had a group, what would your group be called? That's interesting.
Yeah. What's your clan name? That'll be.
And we'll try and find you.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll try and find you if it happens. Thank you very much if you made it this far. Congratulations, and we wish you all the best in the apocalypse.
It would be really shit if the apocalypse happened and I'm 70 years old. It's like, fuck's sake. You know what I mean? I'd just be annoying.
True.
Just an old man. It's like, great, and the apocalypse happened now.
Depends what technology would be available by then. You might be able to get an exosuit and just put it on and
probably
just
live on fucking Pluto by then.
Probably, yeah. Probably have just pills you could take and it just feed you, so you wouldn't need to hunt animals or anything like that. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you very much, everybody, for listening today.
Yeah, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
We certainly will. See you later.
Bye.